Hello and welcome to the Squirtle High School Basketball Playoff Preview Show. Going to visit with several coaches and players tonight from around the state, gearing up for area tournaments for the small schools and then regional tournaments coming up for Class 2A through 4A. Our first guests tonight are going to be from Dale High School. We'll welcome in the head coach of the girls team, Eric Smith, along with Karsen, Griggs, and Gracee Radford. And Dale is hosting this week at Healdton at Dale. Coach Smith, what's up?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you all doing?
Man, we're doing good. Just getting ready. Big week.
Yeah, very good. And you guys are playing at home. The environment there is something else. I know with both the boys and the girls teams, you guys have made that a special place to play. I love the jazz band there too. They even got a little bass guitar working. Yeah,
man. We just wish they could play during playoffs, but right now they can't play during playoffs. I guess that's a rule. But yeah, we're excited. Great atmosphere. Kids got in some good practice today, so we're excited about Thursday coming up.
How do you feel that the season's gone? You guys are 25-1. You challenge yourself with a really difficult schedule.
Yeah, we definitely are prepared. I'm excited about what's coming in the future as far as playoffs go, with regionals and an area and hopefully qualify for state. But yeah, our schedule's got us there. We've played some good people. We have the one loss to Millwood, which really wasn't even supposed to be on our schedule. We picked them up because we couldn't make up a game with Bethel. So, which it was a good pickup for us. It was a good challenge for sure.
Yeah, that impromptu game this year, that was one that really I know on the boys' side was also a good game for them as well. So, what do you guys? What things do you need to do well in order to win?
Well, obviously, defense and rebounding are the most important things for us. We're pretty good on that end. We got to continue to dominate on that end, but we have to start scoring the ball a little bit better, move the basketball a little better on half court offense, and take advantage of our size and play inside and out, and have ability to also knock down threes at times. When we're making outside shots, we're pretty tough to beat.
I love the way that you guys play. You've got a lot of size, and you do put a lot of pressure on the ball.
Yes.
Talk about how your team kind of manages to play together.
Well, basically, we probably have 4 6-footers out there in our defense at times. So it's very challenging for teams, and we really get after it and try to put a lot of ball pressure and get in the passing lanes and really make you play faster than you want to play in the half-court part of it. And then on the other end, on the offensive end, we're trying to pound it in there to our post kids who have the advantage, and then we also have the ability to shoot outside. So we play from the inside to out. So it's a fun way to play for us.
All right, Karsen and Gracee are joining us. Karsen, I think she's got herself unmuted. They do a lot better with this technology than we do, Coach.
Oh, absolutely. I was lost hold to get that.
Tell me a little bit about each of these players and what they mean to the team.
Well, both of them are seniors. Karsen, which most people know, she's going to play softball at KU, but I'm telling you, she's just as good a basketball player as she is a softball player. She just spent more time at the softball field, which is fun. And then Gracee is a 6-foot, shoot the three, can post up, and she's really important to our defense. She plays the middle of our defense, and she's really good at blocking shots. Karsen is also very physical, good on the boards, and handles the ball really well for her size. So she handles the ball a lot for us. So both these seniors for us is very huge and very important to what they do.
I'll ask each of you. I'll start with Gracee first. You guys are the defending champions this year. So tell me what it's been like that way, and how would you guys feel confident that you can play as well as you did a year ago?
Well, definitely being state champs is reigning state champs is tough. Like, to know what you have to do to become state champs again is tough to do. And so we've been grinding, and I think we're on the right path to become state champs again.
Karsen, what about you?
Pretty much kind of what Gracee said. Obviously, we returned 3 from last year, and we gained 1 that has a lot of state tournament experience, fatigue, and Karlee, who was our 6th man last year. Now she's part of our starting 5. And so it's been really good for us to, try and figure out who each of us is and how we work well together and how we do plan to win a state championship again. And I definitely think that, but as big as we are, as physical and as fast, and definitely as good as we shoot at that, we shouldn't have any problems this year.
What did you like about Kansas that made your decision to go there?
My decision to go to Kansas, I think definitely was the Big 12 aspect. I'm a huge competitor, and it doesn't matter whether I win or lose. I just I want to compete, and I definitely felt that KU was the place for me in doing so. Yeah.
I love that campus. For each of you, both of you girls, tell me what it's going to mean to you all. I asked Coach Smith this. Is going to be your last games at home in front of your home court. If you advance on to area and state, of course, you won't be able to play there, but what will it be like?
Sorry about that.
That's okay. We're good. Gracee, you go ahead.
They're excited about playing at home. I mean, being a senior and the way Dale is and having the tradition, they're excited about playing at home.
Yeah, I would think so. Well, we wish you guys the best of luck. Good luck this week in the regional tournament, and we hope to see you all down the road.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Dale girls 25-1, and Dale in class 2A state champions, and they take on Healton. Healton is 14-10 this year, so great basketball tradition there. We're going to continue on with the boys at Dale here in just a couple of minutes. I talked with Coach Edmondson and a couple of their players. As they are also playing at home this week in the area tournament, the regional tournament. They're going to take on Elmore City, who is 13-9. So we will get them on here hopefully in just a couple of seconds. And tonight's guests will feature Matt Peck, the coach of the Dover girls. They're in the area tournament this week. Cole Bomhoff, who is the coach of the Granite boys in the area winners bracket coming up. Then at 6'10", Class A girls with Brady Hamer from Seiling. 6'20", it will be Class A boys featured with Aaron West from Okarche. And then we will visit with Jones head coach Jenni Holbrook on the girls side. And then we will also visit coming up with Brandon Weaver from Oklahoma Christian School in Class 3A. Then we will do it again next week with some of the teams in the larger classes as they're getting ready for their tournaments this week. 5A and 6A for the first time ever played in districts, which determine their seedings, and they will have double elimination in the first round. Previously in Class 5A and Class 6A, you lose in the first round and your season is over, but that's not the way that it's going to work this year. It'll be a true double elimination format in that class. And so the districts change the schedule flexibility a little bit, and we might have some adjustments to that coming up in next season. But congratulations to the teams that won district championships the first time around. There were some good ones, definitely in Class 6A. I know the Dale team, the Pirates, faced a couple of those 6A teams this year, and quite a challenge in those games. So we will tell you a little bit about those that are going on. Of course, the games at the Big House are going to begin on Wednesday of next week for the small schools A and B, and then Class 2A, 3A, 4A will begin on Tuesday the following week, and everybody will get a chance to play in the Big House there for the state tournament, which is an addition that I've really liked. So we'll wait just a second, and we will get them joined. We will be joined here by the boys coach at Dale, a couple of players that will forecast and preview what's coming up with them. Stay tuned.
The pros with Squirtle Live. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
All right, welcome back to the show. We will go to Dale and talk with Jeff Edmondson, the head coach of the Pirates, along with Dayton Forsythe and Deken Jones, who are all there together. What's up, guys?
Hey, thanks for having us.
You bet. It's good to talk to you. It's been a while. You guys have had a chance to finish out the season, and, man, you scheduled tough. We talked to Coach Smith about you guys had that game with Millwood. You went in there and played really well that night against them after that Bethel game was canceled, and losses to Owasso and to Hoover, Alabama certainly are quality opponents this season.
We did. We scheduled early was really good. We went to Illinois and played some really good teams there. It was really good for us, played really good competition. I think it made us better. Same thing with the TOC. And, yeah, it was a good opportunity to play Millwood also. Great atmosphere there. Fun game.
I want to ask Deken and Dayton about what this program is built like right now. You guys are on an incredible run here, trying to be a 3-time state champion in a row. But what I'm most impressed with is every time I go someplace, of how many kids are suited up and how many kids are on the freshman team that are on the bench. And so what's it like for those guys to just be a part of the program?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like one big family. There's a lot of us there, like you said. Practices are pretty packed in the gym. We got to find different ways to get everybody out there, but it's a lot of fun. All those guys, we're like one big family. They're all my brothers. And we all care for each other. We all support each other. If you watch our games, we call them the bench mob. They have a good time over there supporting us, and then when they go in, we do the same thing and support them. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, kind of like what he was saying. The bench mob is a really important part of our team. I think they're just as important as we are on the team for sure. And we just really appreciate those guys because they're unselfish and they do their part in helping us win basketball games.
Jeff, how intense is the competition just to be able to get a jersey or to be out there on the floor when it's time for guys to come into the game?
Very, very competitive. We have great practices all year. We had one today. We split them up even today and let them go at each other. Every time I do that, I wonder why I do it because it makes it tough on me because I have to referee it. It always gets a little chippy because they're so competitive. I mean, you see what great kids they are, but they're very competitive when we start playing. But a lot of competition.
How many kids do you have out? I mean, if you go down to the junior high program, say like 8th and 9th grade all the way up to varsity, how many do you have that you are responsible for?
Hey, I'm a math teacher and I'm off today. I do not want to do math, but we've got 31 out for high school.
Yeah.
5th grade, I think I had 22. 6th grade's about the same. 7th and 8th grade, there's about 30 in the gym. So the gym stays very crowded. We have to keep the fire marshal away because we got a lot of kids in the gym all day.
That's fantastic. When you guys practice, Dayton, I'll start with you. What are the things that you guys focus most on in practice?
We focus a lot on our defense. If you watch our games, we get up and we get after people. Even if our offense isn't going, we get going on the defensive end, and that creates our offense. So we focus a lot on that in practices.
Kind of like the All-Star game last night.
That was not a lot of defense in that game. Deacon, what are your thoughts of even coming through the program and just, what do you feel like that the practices there prepared you most to achieve?
Practices right now, I mean, they help us achieve a lot. Like he said, we work on defense a ton. Right now, we're working on avoiding charges. We take a lot of threes. We shoot a lot of threes, and we like to get out and run. And mostly, we're just trying to take pride in our defense.
You guys are going to play Elmore City coming up, and I know that it's mostly when it comes to you guys, especially when you've taken on a bigger competition this year, it's more about how you guys perform against yourselves than anything. Do you guys feel like you're playing right now as well as you need to be to win state again?
I think so. I think we're definitely ready. We've been preparing for it all year, and now's where the fun really begins. We get to test ourselves in the playoffs. That's what we live for.
I think we can get better. We're going to keep working. We're going to try to get better. We've got 3 more weeks of practice, and every week we're going to keep trying to get even better. There's a lot of really good teams out there. Pecola's got a great team. Preston, Hennessy, Holbrook, Hooker, Fairland, Ketchum, just to name a few. They're all real well coached. So there's a lot of competition. It's going to be a good playoffs.
I think it really doesn't matter who we're playing, whether it be in the district game or the state finals. We just got to continue to get better and continue to have the same mindset.
Talk about those tournaments that you played in this year in the Tournament of Champions, which you knew about from playing there a year ago, but traveling to Illinois and playing in that group and going up against the competition like Owasso and like Hoover. What did that do for you guys as a team?
Well, it made us better, but it gave us a chance to get. I mean, they're really close, you can see, but we even got closer. I mean, we did a lot of things. It's those stories that 5 years from now or 10 years from now, these guys are going to talk about. There's going to be a lot of remember wins. Remember when we did this? Remember when we played Metamora? And they're the top team around Illinois. That's their Edmond North, their number one team. That's where all the kids go there, and so to go up there and beat them, just right there in their backyard with it was like there were so many people at that game because there was people there supporting Metamora, and then there was people there that were rooting against Metamora. So I think they were ranked 15th in the nation. So to trail pretty much the entire game and come back, put it in overtime, win in overtime was just a great experience. And it was great competition, but it was just a lot of fun too.
Well, we wish you guys the best. Good luck this week. I know, again, closing out these games at home and the regional tournament is going to be special for you all. And congratulations on the great run that you guys have had.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Take care.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Next up is the Dover girls, Class B. They are in the area winners bracket. Got a big game coming up this week against Pittsburgh. It is Matt Peck, joined by Karlee and Kristen Harviston here on their team, the twins. And so, hey, guys, congratulations on your success so far this year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You guys have Pittsburgh coming up in the game on Friday night, and that's a team that's been at the state tournament, won a state championship in the last couple of years. I know that they've got some big girls inside. So tell us about the challenge of facing them.
Well, they're going to be very defensive minded. They're going to force baseline, sideline. I know Hawk, their 6-foot girl. She's going to be very, very tough to stop. We're going to have to try to contain her. But it comes down to defense and rebounding. Hopefully we can be well prepared for that.
Tell us so far about this season. You guys are 26-2, and you lost a game to Geronimo, which I don't even think was on the schedule. That kind of came up as a makeup game for you guys. But what are your strengths as a team? And girls, tell me a little bit about how you guys feel the season's gone.
I feel like one of our strengths is definitely being able to shoot the ball well. And we have some handlers, and defense is mainly really good.
I agree big time on that. Shooting is what keeps us in most games. If we're on, then our defense isn't as good. But if our defense is good and we're not on, it kind of evens out both ways.
The ball has life, right, Matt? When it's going in, everything else looks a lot better. But you guys have played really great defense. I'm sure that's something you're proud of, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's something that we start out practice each day with defense. So, but back to the Geronimo game, yeah. So that was something that wasn't on the schedule, and we needed to be tested more. So we, Geronimo was reaching out for a game, and we linked up there, and that was something that really tested us, and we needed that for sure to make us more mentally tough. Late game situations. You really need to have those type of games when you're about to start the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, especially when you have to travel on the road like that and get used to, potentially being on the bus for a while. You guys lost last year in the area tournament, in the losers bracket and the consolation. What would it mean to go to state? Dover, of course, they won 4 and 5 years from 01 to 05, I believe, and then not been back for a while. So what would it mean to the community to return to state?
It'd mean a lot. The emotions that we had after the Arnett game, like we talked about, like, let's not have this again. Let's remember this. Let's bottle it up. And when this situation comes again, we'll be ready. But the community, it's anytime, you keep going, the community grows. It gets closer together. It brings the girls closer together. It's just positive energy everywhere. It's just a lot of energy taking. So it's just fun to be around. It's fun to be a part of.
What would a trip to state mean to you girls?
A lot. I've dreamed of playing in the big house for a while. Just knowing my mom was really good in school and she made it to the state quarterfinals. It'll be amazing to me.
Something we've been dreaming of since freshman year started. I mean, we struggled our freshman year, only won like 3 to 4 games, and then just improved throughout the years. And it's a big thing to us.
Matt, how are the Cardinals going to be this year?
I hope they're going to be really good.
Yeah, they need to be better. They
win the division.
I think they can win the division. I'm not sure about everything else with the Dodgers and all that stuff. So, Well, hey, we wish you guys the best of luck. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we will look for you all down the road and maybe see you at the state championships.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Matt Peck, head coach of the Dover girls, are 26-2 this year, and again, face Pittsburgh 25-4, coached by Jim Jensen. That game is going to be at Henrietta, so I know that the Dover fans will be out in full force and making that road trip. Our next guest is going to be Cole Bomhoff, and he is the coach of the Granite boys. Coach Bomhoff is there with Justin Davenport and also Gavin Espinoza. And you guys, congratulations, 22-6 on the season, and beat Fort Cobb Broxton last week, one of the powerhouses in Class B. So tell us a little bit about that game and how you guys came away with the win.
Well, did something a little funny. We ran a triangle and 2, and we put 2 guys, Gavin and one of our other guys, Weston Brewer, another sophomore, on Mark Rodgers, who is their dude, and made him play 4-on-3.
Hey, for each of you guys, tell me how you guys worked on that in practice. And I know that that's a Saturday game, so you played Thursday too, and it wasn't like you got to potentially practice that all week. So tell us about how you guys worked on that and became so successful in practice.
Well, Coach Bomhoff came up with the crazy plan, but we tried it in practice, and he said we didn't know if we were going to like it or not, but all the players liked it, so he just kept it, and it worked. So,
yeah, I'm happy we put that in. I liked it. He didn't think we would, so.
Where'd you come up with that?
I got to give the credit to Tyler Carr, another Okarche guy. I guess he came up with it several years back to run against Coyle one game when he was working with Coach Ray West. And he and I were talking on the phone Friday night, and he asked how I felt about it. And like they said, I walked into practice, and I threw several options out there, and I said, now, guys, you're going to have to give this next one a chance before you get turned off of it right off the bat. And like they said, they liked it. So that's what we started in, and it worked. We're up 26-12 at halftime, and we just hung on for dear life with it.
You guys know when the last time that Granite won a state championship on the boys' side in a sport?
I don't.
All right, I got to help you. 1992, it was fall baseball. Do you know the last time that Granite went to state in basketball? I bet you guys know the answer to this one.
I know that one was 1970.
1970. That is the year that I was born, and I'm really, really old. So it seems like a long time, I'm sure, to everybody in that group. How fired up is the community, especially after the last win, where you guys were able to knock off? And you guys have been good for a couple of years, but making a trip to the state tournament is something that's at a little bit different level.
Right. You guys are from here. What's the town saying?
Well, I've been there for a very long time. None of us around here have ever experienced it. Just something we'd all want to be part of to go and do.
And I came from Mangum. I had a good squad in Mangum my freshman year. We didn't even make it. It's like a dream come true, to be honest, to even get close to going there.
Cole, if you go to a family reunion, how many people are there?
A whole bunch. Whole bunch.
That's right. I don't know. I'm sure you're related to Tim. How are you related to Tim?
That's my dad's first cousin.
Okay. All right. Very good. I played some basketball with him back in the day a little bit. He could really play. So I think all the Bomhoffs probably can play or coach a little bit. I'm pretty sure of that. I also Google can find a lot of things, and I bet your kids didn't know this, but I saw where you participated in a 2-man state fishing tournament and came up empty. Do you remember that?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Did you get a DNF, or did you guys really catch no fish?
We got a DNF. Our boat quit early.
If the boat would have won, you think you guys would have brought in a bunch?
No, we did not have the slightest idea what we were doing out there.
Okay. No, that's interesting. I was just looked that up, and I thought, man, that was pretty impressive that you won a state fishing championship, and upon a further review, it said that you guys had not caught any fish. So I knew that something must have happened there. But this Wilson team that you guys are playing, that they've got one loss, and they've played some bigger schools this year. It looks like that they like to maybe get up and down the floor. So tell us what you've seen from them on film.
Well, I actually made the trip to watch that game at Oaktahaw the week of the district, and they were missing a player in that one, but they're super, super talented, and they're super, super athletic. They like to score at the rim mostly. They can shoot at some. Pretty physical on the defensive end for sure, man to man.
Very good. For you guys, what type of style of game would you like to play? Does it matter to you? Up tempo, slow, fast?
We just need to play our game, to be honest. Get in our press, make sure that's working. Get in our if we're running man or zone, whatever, just get in that and execute it.
Yeah, we'd like to slow them down, not let them get to their spots, and play our game and go from there.
Yeah, I mean, and again, I was going to ask just about the community, about the people there. Are you guys expecting a big crowd to come watch you play Friday night?
I hope so.
Hey, I would really appreciate it.
No doubt. Well, hey, congratulations on the season so far. You guys are 22-6 again, and hoping to punch the ticket to state for the first time since 1970, and you're in with the win on Friday night. So thanks. Wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You bet. Gavin Esparza, Justice Davenport there, and Coach Cole Bomhoff at Granite. Big win there in Southwest Oklahoma. So they will be playing Wilson in Noble. So about halfway for both teams. Let's go to Seiling right now. Coach Brady Hamer is with us, and he's got his girls there, Ariana Whetstone, Kinley Gore also, and Bracey Nyberg. So, Coach, how are you doing?
Doing good.
That's awesome. Checking in with you all, 22-3 on the season right now, and another chance to go to state. You guys are going to have a fairly familiar foe coming up in OBA, a team that went to the state tournament a year ago. So I know that you always schedule tough. This year is certainly the same with games against Mustang and Bethany, who is elite in Class 4A, and Riverside, who's got a really, really good team this year. Those are your losses. So how do you feel that you guys have played so far?
No, we've had a good season. Sometimes some of those seem difficult to you, but they're really good for us. It makes us better, and like I said, we've really improved from those games you just talked about.
Girls, I know you've had a lot of experience playing together and going back to state and trying to win this one again for the fourth time. How has it been as seniors? And you got a big target on your back. Everybody wants a piece of Seiling.
As seniors, it's our job to be leaders for the younger kids, and so every day in practice we try to give it our all every day and teach the younger girls what our expectations are as a team, and we try to come together and play with each other.
Yeah, we're just expected to play at this high level that we've been playing at, and we're excited to hopefully make it back to the state tournament and go for another run.
Like the two of them said, I agree.
Tell me about practicing, and I didn't know that's got to be as tough or more difficult than a lot of the games that you guys play. And so, Brady, I'll let you talk about how do you challenge the girls in practice, and what do you guys work on the most?
Well, I definitely work on defense probably the most. Today we had a tough practice, just getting up and down the court. You got to stay in shape if you're going to play the way we play, and the style of play we play it. You only play one game a week sometimes right now in the playoffs. It's tough to keep that conditioning going. So it is a tough, grueling schedule and a practice time, but it's really good for us. We had a really good one today.
You guys split up and play starters against starters at times?
Oh, there's times we mix it up. We have a lot of girls out there. I think we got 21 in high school basketball, so there's a whole bunch. And like I said, we're mixing them in and out and getting up and down the floor.
Tell me if you guys have what is Seiling basketball known for other than success? I mean, what part of you guys' preparation? We'll talk to each of you three girls and tell me what you think people think about when it comes to Seiling basketball.
I would say we're known for our defense and then how fast we play. A lot of other teams like to slow it down, so I would mainly say our defense and the pace we play at.
Yeah, definitely our toughness and our intensity, and then obviously the defensive side is really important to us. So,
like they said, the defense is really important, but I also think that we're known for our hustle and our ability to go do things that others can't.
If it had been me, if I was on a team, I said we're known for our threes. So that's why you guys won the championship, is because it is all about defense, and certainly it's about hustle and playing hard. The community, I know Seiling is just incredible at backing its sports teams. Saw the boys play for the football state championship this year, and the people that were there. And Coach Hamer, you talked about coming home to a big crowd when you guys eventually get back there to Northwest Oklahoma when you've won these titles before. What would it mean to you to experience that one more time?
Oh, it would mean the world to these girls and to our team just to experience that again. Like I said, there's not a greater feeling to coming into town and seeing everybody yell and scream and go crazy. And they do that for us on game nights. You know, we were lucky enough to host district and regionals the past 2 weekends, and we had great crowds. Our student section was awesome. And so it's a lot of fun. And like I said, that support really builds everything for us.
All right, I got one more for the girls, and we'll let you guys are off the hook. But tell us what your future plans are, and where you plan to play, and what you are going to miss the most about playing at Seiling.
I plan to go to Cameron to play basketball, and my future plans, I'm undecided as a major. I'm
gearing you up for graduation and all those questions that you have to answer.
I'm signed with SNU, and I'm just going to miss getting to play with all the people I've grown up with.
I'm undecided right now, but I do want to major in accounting, and I'm probably just going to miss, like Gracee said, like everyone I grew up playing with. So
accounting is how I got to be a sportscaster. I did not do very well in that class, and so I kind of had to do a detour into another direction. So, well, hey, congratulations, you guys, on all your success. I've enjoyed watching you the last couple of years, and we'll see you on down the road. Appreciate your time.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
You bet. The Seiling girls, 6 titles in the last 8 years. They take on OBA and Woodward this week. So not a very far trip for Seiling that's used to being on the bus quite a bit. All right, let's welcome in Wyatt Pinkerton, Caden Schieber, and Aaron West from Okarche. The Warriors are 23-4 this season. They are the Three Rivers Conference champions, which is a pretty difficult conference for Okarche, with some bigger schools in there, and very, very competitive in basketball. Their losses this year have been to some really, really good teams. They're going to get to see Seiling on the other side. The boys, Seiling's both boys and girls, are playing in the area tournament. So, if we can get you guys to turn on your video. I don't know, we got a gray screen. If it were me trying to turn on the video,
can you hear me?
It'd be a lost cause. We can hear you.
No.
It's
I think there we go. Hey,
I'm low tech, Mark.
Okay,
Sorry.
no, I understand. No, that's good. We got a good view there. We're looking at the. Are you in the library?
Yes, sir.
All right,
Gotta
nice.
study a little bit.
It's amazing. I recognize that. I just knew that there were some books in there, so that must be where you are. Aaron, tell us about the season so far. Like I said, you guys are in a tough conference. You played some really good teams, and so you have to feel like you've presented a challenge to your squad going into these important games at area.
Yeah, the Three Rivers Conference is always tough every year. I mean, there's years multiple teams make the state tournament at a Three Rivers Conference, and then we had a pretty good non-conference schedule as well. We went out to the Leedy tournament this year. The Coil tournament, we had Southwest coming into the finals there, and then our conference tournament, which has 2A teams in there that are ranked. Teams like Fairview, Hennessy, Karsen's always good. So I think we're playoff ready. At the end of the year, we played Hennessy and Calumet and some other ranked teams. So our schedule is always tough at Okarche, and the Three Rivers Conference is always a brutal slate to get through. So we're looking forward to Friday night.
I'm going to ask both Caden and Wyatt, what did you guys learn a year ago, and how do you plan on using that? I know that you guys ended up losing last year in the semis, I believe. And so what's going to take to make the difference between that and winning a state championship?
We could have prepared a little better, listened to our coaches a little more maybe. We let some guys have too many points, easy buckets. So I think that will help a lot if we do that this year.
I think it just comes down to coming together and really playing to our ability. Like, I think we came in that game not fully ready because we thought, hey, maybe this team ain't as good as we thought they were. Maybe, like, I don't think we came 100%. Like, we didn't come in with the same mindset that we came in playing the area team. So I think if we come in and we're prepared and we're playing our game, I don't think anyone can beat us.
Aaron, you guys have a lot of depth and a lot of players that can really they're athletic. Does that help? I mean, how does that go into the game plan for you guys as you go down the road?
Yeah, I mean, we like to keep the pace up. We like to get up and down. I mean, we'll play a half-court set. We've been working on that really hard. But we like to keep the pace. That's kind of our deal. We like to stay in shape. We just got done with practice about 5:30, 5:40, so we were just scrambling in here about 5 seconds before. But no, playing a lot of people and getting guys in and out of the game and, pushing the basketball, pushing the tempo, that's kind of what we're focusing on. But, the pace, getting guys in and out of the game, I think it just keeps the pressure up on people. So it's hard to prepare for. I mean, you can work in practice and all that until you see it. I mean, we're hoping, our game and we're going to come play it. So
tell me a little bit about what you know about Seiling. I know they're not on your schedule, but you guys play a lot of similar teams in Northwest Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean, they're well coached. Coach Norton does an excellent job. They got the bulk of their team back too. They were a state semifinal team last year with 4 starters back, and then one of their players was hurt at the end of the year. So it's like I'm telling my guys, they basically got 5 starters back. But they got good quick guards. They got probably about a 20-point game score and Hamer, 2 good shooting guards, a big physical guy that plays inside and out, and then a good spot up shooter. But they're going to hang their hat on defense, I think. They're going to try to really guard you. So we're going to have to come down and execute, but they're also going to have to play our style as well. So, but they're a good team. They got tradition. They're probably a top 4 or 5 team. I mean, I know they're ranked number 8, but they went to a tough tournament earlier in the year, and they got beat by some big school teams. And Class A coaches kind of dropped them down, but I'd probably put them in the top 4 or 5 for sure. So they're a good team. So we got our hands full.
You see a lot of balance in Class A this year? It seems like that to me.
I think Class A pound for pound is one of the toughest classes in the state. There's unranked teams that could, push top 10, top 5 teams. Right now, I think 19 of the 20 ranked teams are playing in the area, and there's teams that, we beat a pretty good Ringwood team in district with 19 wins, and then we go play Hominy, who had 18 or 19 wins, and then Pond Creek Hunter, who we just played, had 21 wins. So I mean, that slate's pretty tough right there. And I know there's other teams in our area that are good, but it's just across the whole entire state of Oklahoma for Class A basketball. I think it's the most loaded class in the state, pound for pound. I'm not saying like we have the best teams, but overall, it's a highly competitive. It's like almost playing Big 12 basketball.
Yeah, I mean you're exactly right about the ranked teams. Is that everybody's kind of held through, and game's going to be really, really competitive. For each of the players, what do you feel that you need to do to win coming up on Friday night?
Yeah. I think we just, like I said, I think we need to come in 100%. If we come in 100%, we're playing our game. I think it's tough to stop us because we got 5 guys that at any given night we can go for 20-plus points because it's happened. Like all 5 of us have had that, and I think we just come our game, we play our pace. No one's gonna. I mean, it's gonna be a tough game, but I just think we come in 100%, have full confidence, and it's just go out there and let the game do the talking.
I think we need to focus on defense mainly first, and then mainly on offense, share the ball. And if we play good defense, I mean, offense is gonna come with it. So just mainly defense, I think, is what we need to focus on.
Coach West, those are pretty good answers, right?
Yes, sir. I mean, we try to share the basketball here. So we got 5 guys, close average in double digits. And like he said, any given night, anybody can go off. We had one game where we had 3 guys score over 20, probably the first time since I've been coaching. But, we really try to get 5 to 6 guys in double digits. And I think that makes us tough to play against and unscoutable because you really don't know. I mean, any given night, anybody could step up and score for us. And that's kind of how we try to treat it. We want a lot of assists and on made field goals is what we really push for.
The hospitality room is closed now for good this season at the gym. Who's responsible for all the barbecue and all the great food that you guys have in there?
Well, Mr. Summerall does an excellent job with that hospitality room. We actually have some leftovers right now. We're feeding the teams right now from the regional, so it's not closed yet, but it's on its way. Some of our guys are up there eating, but we have a group of parents that did an excellent job over the regional tournament, and Brandy Crinbrink and her mom are up here working really hard. So, and some of their friends, but it's a group effort here at Okarche. I mean, anything we need or want, parents, administrators, they try to do a great job of getting what we need here. So we're not hurting for food ever. So that's a positive thing for us.
Those guys are smiling. I'll let y'all get out of here. I mean, I know if I was their age, I'd be worried that I was going to get shut out on some of the stuff. So you guys go enjoy the meal, and I wish you good luck this week.
All right. Appreciate you, Mark.
All right. You bet. Good to talk to you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Aaron West, Caden, Schieber, and Wyatt Pinkerton from Okarche as they will face Seiling and Woodward. Winner of that goes to state. Loser has a chance to come back and win their way through elimination. All right, we're going to step up to Class 3A, and we're going to stop in Jones and visit with the Jones Longhorns, Jenni Holbrook, Sofi Woodson, and Kaisa Hansen. They are working on a three-peat, trying to add another championship. And you guys had a bye last week in district, which I'm assuming that was I'd much rather be playing, I think, than practicing all week. Jenni, what did you work on in practice?
Well, just all the little things. We really try to take it one game at a time. It was tough to we brought in some alumni and brought in a couple boys to get in there and practice with us just so we can see some different faces and play against some different people. But yeah, it was a little bit difficult not having a district game just because it was 7 days of solid practice, or will be 7 days of solid practice, just within our team before we get to play a game. So
I'll start with you, Sofi. What are those looks in practice? How do they help you all?
Well, we run a lot, so just getting up and down the court and like defensive transition, offensive, just getting us in a game mindset and going over, like, we do situation stuff where we'll have like 25 seconds on the clock or, whatever, trying to get that last shot, a layup, or, even, yeah. So it's just really just putting us in the mindset of just being in those situations and playing and how it's going to be and just preparing all of us.
Okay, so how do you feel about practice and how that gets you guys prepared for these important games? Oh, I think she's on mute.
Oh, turn your mic on, Kaisa.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
I think Coach Holbrook putting us through that game mindset and us constantly having to think in game and not just we're at practice. And so we're constantly having to move at a game pace and getting those other looks at other people and not just the same teammates we've been playing against all year. I think it helps us a lot.
Jenni, this team seems to me to be kind of if you just look at the schedule and the wins and losses, a carbon copy of some of your past teams. And I know you've lost some players to graduation. And so in both Kaisa and Sofi have had a big part to do in winning some of those championships. But how do you feel this team has performed compared to some of your predecessors?
Well, we've lost 3 All-Staters and truly a 6th man of the year, in last year's group. And so this year, I wasn't sure how these girls that have been kind of waiting in the wings would respond. But I think they're fighters, they're gamers. We're scrappy. We're willing to do whatever it takes. It may not be the prettiest on on a given game night, but we get out there and battle and we fight. And those girls that didn't necessarily get a lot of playing time in the past with that other group, it's almost kind of like it's given them a little bit of incentive, like we're ready. It's our turn now to get out and show what they can do. So like I said, I didn't know really at the beginning of the year what to expect from this group, but these girls certainly have proven that they can do it, and they're going to do whatever it takes to win big ball games.
Girls, do you each feel the same way? Is that there's not necessarily pressure, but it's I want to prove to the people that have come before us that set this tradition in place that we're just as special and we're just as good to live up to those expectations as the people who have come before us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Because a bunch of people have doubted us this year. Even our own schoolmates are like, "Oh, y'all can't do it again. Like y'all lost everyone." But all of us are just stepping up and proving them wrong. So yeah, it'll be good.
Yes.
That's where this weight and goal, coach. If you got people in the halls telling them that they can't do it, I mean, that's the greatest motivating factor that you can have out there.
Just tell a bunch of girls that they can't do something, and then that's the perfect way to motivate them to want to show other people that they can.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty special year. The boys team is also ranked in the top 10, and they've had a good season. And so you guys both get to play in the finals of the Wheat Capital tournament. So
Right.
What's the environment going to be like in the gym coming up on Thursday?
We're hoping for a great home crowd. Jones has always been really good to all of our sports as far as showing up and being loud. And but with the boys team being successful, they finished 8th actually, and we get to host regionals, so we're really excited. So we're ready to show. We hopefully can show everyone what Jones is all about and defend our home court.
Tell me about Heritage Hall girls. What do you know about them, and what can we expect on Thursday?
We do know that they have a pretty good guard that they have, and they have a good shooter. I don't know their numbers or their names, but yeah.
Scouting reports coming.
Yeah. Good game though. Heritage Hall, I watched the film against them in OCS, and they came back, and that was a good game. So yeah, they're a good team.
Kaisa, anything, or you're waiting to see more? Waiting for the scouting report, as Jenni said.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see more. I know Lainey Portman, I've seen her play, and she's strong with the ball, and she'll make some plays. And their point guard, she's pretty scrappy, and she can handle the ball pretty well.
Tell me, this season you guys again have played a pretty tough schedule, really close against the Dale team as defending champions, and I know that you've seen a lot of these teams on your schedule. And Jenni, you can answer in here too. It's the regular season prepared you guys to do what you usually do in the postseason, which is kind of turn it up a level.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I think other teams had it kind of easy for their schedule, but it just prepared us, got us better. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We feel like we play a Washington who's been ranked 1, 2 all year. We play them within 5 with I think 28, 29 turnovers. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot, and we're getting used to handle that kind of pressure. We see Dale. We go into double overtime with them, and a couple of poorly executed sideline inbounds plays that I think could have helped us result in a victory. But those are all things that we've really taken to heart and really tried to work on these situations, like the girls have been saying, and hopefully within the losses that you learn. And these girls certainly know what it takes to win and what needs to happen. It's just a matter of, can we go out and execute? Can we go out and do those little things to come out on the other side? It was very helpful. Early we lost to Alva by 1 in the Alva tournament, and got to see them again in the Wheat Capital and getting a victory against them the second time after, really correcting some things and making some adjustments. This team has been really good about making the adjustments that we need, and we need to be able to make in-game adjustments quickly, and that's really what we've been working on is, can we make in-game decisions and make the right one, at the right time. So, all of those losses and having that schedule, to me, benefits us, in the end when it really does matter.
And I know Class A is tough. You guys see some of those same faces that you've seen in the last couple of years there at the state tournament with Washington ranked really high, and Idabel as well. Hey, we wish you guys the best of luck. Thanks for your time, and look forward to seeing you down the road, and good luck on Thursday.
Thanks, Mark.
You bet. Jones Longhorns, 3-time defending state champions. All right, final guest of the night. We're going to go to OCS, the number 1 ranked Oklahoma Christian School Saints, Luke Gray, Carson Jones, Brandon Weaver joining us 20-2, and they go to Lindsay. The facing Lindsay on the road there for the first round in the regional tournament next week. You guys talk about a tough schedule. Brandon, I don't know how you put that together, but you guys have really faced some great quality competition across the board this year.
Yeah, kind of the same thing that Jones coach said was just, trying to prepare these guys for the best of the best. And really it starts in the summertime. We go and play a lot of 5A, 6A schools and the summer leagues and team camps. And then once we get to the year, so many of the schools that we're playing against are ranked. And we want to be shown all the things that we've got to get better at. And we don't want a false sense of confidence when we're going into playoffs. And so it gives us time to be able to work and also to go through some adversities as a team and come out on the other end. And the guys really handled it well this year.
And you had the same situation as Jones. You didn't have an opponent for a district, so that means more practices and less games. That's not my style. I much rather play in the games. So I'll start with you, Luke. Tell us what you guys have worked on at practice this week when you haven't had to play.
Absolutely. We actually had practice today, and we just got done. And we had a good 2 hours in, and it's basically just getting on our defense, and that's where we pride ourselves in is our defense. So we did a lot of defensive work today, and then we also got some plays that Lindsay and some actions that they run and guarded those pretty well. So it's going to be a good game for us on Thursday and a good test for us for sure.
Carson?
Our defensive identity is very important to us, and our offense, we make sure to focus on being efficient and getting the best shots we can with using our strengths.
Brandon, is this the most complete group? Last year you guys played Douglas in the first round. It was really close. We know that they went on to win state. But when I see you guys play now, and I know that you've got a lot of returning experience on the team, but you guys seem to have really taken a step from where you were at the end of last year, as good as you were then.
Yeah, we've, this is my 9th year here, and we've had some really good groups. But we've told this group, we feel like this is the best group that we've had. And that's saying a lot. We've had some really good players here, some great teams. These guys balance enjoying one another as friends and as teammates, but then also pushing each other. If you watched our practice today, man, these guys were getting after it. There was a lot of fouling going on. Luke was getting held a lot in practice, because that happens in games a lot. And so, man, it's competitive every day. And obviously having Luke inside and be able to play outside. We've got Karsen who can attack the rim. He can shoot the basketball. We've got junior Singa Yumva for all those who are going to be calling our games in the future, who plays inside and out and is a threat and is one of our defensive stoppers. Kyler Brown has been incredible for us this year, and like I said, it's kind of flown under the radar, but he's been probably our most consistent player. He's another defensive stopper for us, and man, he can get to the rim with the best of them. Ben Ramsdale helps run the show offensively and defensively, and just gets our guys all on the same page and does exactly what's needed. We've got Connor Owens and James Huffmeyer coming off the bench. We've got a incredible group of guys, and they love one another, and especially a great group of seniors. So they've been there now twice and really want to leave with that gold ball this year.
How long did it take you guys, and I'll ask the players, Luke and Carson, to learn that defensive pressure is what makes everything work when you had to buy in on that end of the floor as opposed to just on offense and getting shots up?
Well, absolutely. Especially during the playoff run, everybody can score. There's a lot of good offensive teams in the state, especially in our class. So Coach Weaver, like I said, has been doing a really good job of keying in how we need to be able to play defense, and that's what's going to win us some games against these bigger schools and these better teams.
And our defense brings us our energy. It'll flow through everybody on our team, through our bench, through our fans. It makes it a fun environment for everybody, and I think it just gives us strength to have fun.
Carson, what's your vertical jump right now?
I have no idea.
You don't have any idea? What do you mean? You got to know at least. It's pretty good, right?
We had a game. So he hurt his ankle, and since he's come off his ankle, we've had a couple of games where he's driven baseline and the guy didn't get outside the paint, and Carson rose up and dunked it two-handed. And the guy kind of looked at him like, I didn't know you could get up like that, man. He can get up and he can fly high. So it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, I know. I've known Karsen since he was about 5 years old, and so when the first time that I saw him throw it down with two hands, I thought, "Wow, I really wasn't expecting that." So that's not a cheap dunk if you can go with two hands.
It's all coaching. I'll tell you that much. It's all coaching.
Luke, you're playing great this year. It seems like you're shooting with a lot more confidence from the outside, and we know that you passed Blake's record, and we've talked a lot about that. But do you feel more confidence, and what has been the difference in your progression as a player from earlier in your career to now?
Yeah, well, I think my teammates just helped me a lot. I mean, they put so much confidence in me. I mean, they were like, Luke, you're the best player in the state. So, they're going to keep feeding me the ball, and they do a really good job of getting me open. They make my job a whole lot easier. So being able to shoot from the outside has also obviously helped our team to be able to not put me into situations where they try to take me out of the game. So it's been fun. It's been a really good year this year, and I'm ready to see what we can do.
All right, last question. I'll wrap this up. Brandon, you've got a lot of depth. I mean, you run in a lot of players, and we've talked about that, which is great. And I know that must say a lot about your program and practices to know that many guys can come in and play. But how do you determine playing time? Do you have necessarily a set rotation that you like, or are they able to earn time based on what happens in the game or what happens in practice?
Yeah, I mean, really all of that. I mean, we talk all the time about we could go so deep. I mean, we've got guys coming off the bench that would be starting for a lot of programs in the state, and I think it says a lot about them, and they're behind a really good senior class for us right now. And I got to give a shout out to my assistant coach, Trevor Davis, runs the best JV program in the state, man. They've been incredible. And all those guys compete hard with one another, and we just tell them, be ready when your name's called, and maybe you play, maybe you don't. And those guys are. We don't deal with a lot of issues when guys are getting frustrated with playing time or not starting or all those things. I mean, we've got 7 or 8 guys that could start, and we've got a lot more than that can play. And, fortunate, we've been up quite a bit in a lot of games, and, I'm sitting a lot of these guys in the fourth quarters, and other guys are getting to play. But I think it's going to say a lot about not just how we finish this year, but then how we continue to compete in years to come. We've got some players that we're really excited about and are ready to take that next step, and have had to go against some really good seniors, and it's going to push them to be even better players. And so, having a competitive practice and a competitive program just helps everybody. It really does. I mean, if we only had 5 or 6 guys that were good, it'd be hard to practice. It'd be hard for Luke to get better, and Karsen, a lot of these other guys. But having these guys come in every day, I mean, some of our backups have been getting killed every day in practice, and they show up every day and give it all their effort. So it's incredible to watch.
Yeah, I think that certainly bears out on the floor with the depth that you have. Well, we wish you guys the best of luck this week, Thursday against Lindsay, and we will talk to you all down the road. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Brett, OCS Saints 20-2 on the season. They had a bye in district. So that'll do it for our smaller school preview. We will again speak with some of the larger schools next week. This is the best time of the year in high school basketball for Oklahoma. 16 girls teams and boys teams are going to go to the state tournament coming up on Saturday and Friday of this week. And then the rest of the schools will go advance to the regional to the area tournaments next week. So I want to say thanks to everybody that joined us tonight. We appreciate it. Corey Rodgers and Adam Dieselhorst working behind the scenes to help the preview show along. We'll see you next week with another preview show, and see you from the court at a whole bunch of different places the next couple of weeks.